The Leader is the smartest character in Marvel. Let me explain. The Leader was exposed to gamma radiation like the Hulk. But besides getting the unlimited strength like the Hulk, he basically got unlimited intellect. Which raises a very important question. Why in the freaking Taco Tuesday is this dude rarely ever on the list of Marvel's smartest characters? Do you know how many times this dude got beat out on the list by Peter Parker, Beast, or Dr. Octavius? Don't get me wrong, I know all those brothers are geniuses, but look at the Leader's freaking head. And then 8 out of 10 times, this dude Reed Richards is labeled as number 1. And people will argue, but yeah, Reed Richards can actually stretch his brain and make himself smarter. And my defense to that is this. His brain is already stretched. Look at the size of that thing. You know what? Let's just jump into it. You guys don't believe me. This dude made a written contract with Mephisto to get his crew out of hell. And if you know anything about Mephisto, this dude will find a loophole in anything. Couldn't find it with the Leader though. But check this, in his deal, he outsourced a pocket of hell so he can watch his brother eternally be tortured on his freaking lunch break. That's some next level savagery, honestly. Look at the size of his head. But he's a villain. One day he's saving his team, the next he's looking at a lighter, and within a couple of seconds he's coming up with an entire plan on how to destroy all of them. It's whack for his team, but yay for him. Oh yeah, that dude Dr. Doom was also thrashing my boy the Leader on the list. I guess that's before my boy hit him with the dumb ray, which made Dr. Doom go to one of the 8 smartest people in the world to number 4,956,342,261st, baby. But one of the most impressive things that I have ever read is he created a satellite that was able to watch the Watcher. Did you just hear what I said? This dude was watching a Watcher go planet to planet until he felt his home world. And the Watcher didn't know that he was being watched. When did Peter Parker do that? So if he's doing that, it shouldn't really surprise you if he's creating beams that can send 1 trillion concentrated molecules in your direction. You know what? I have no clue what that means. He got guns that one-shots the Red She-Hulk. This dude created some like rubber elastic type prison that even the Hulk was like, please, not this one. And this dude looked like he's freaking creating the proton cannon, the one that Iron Man was using in MVC2, baby. He also be creating like these crazy prisons, like, you know, you can't get out of them. Like the more you hit, the more it reflects back. So Hulk is like throwing things, it's coming back. He's hitting the ground, the sound waves are hitting him back. It's just not fair. He had beams that can turn Bruce Banner into the Hulk. He has weapons that can take you out of Hulk mode. He creates odorless gases that are strong enough to put the Hulk to sleep, when normal gases usually just does this. Dude is easily creating machines for interdimensional travel and sending Hulk to different planets and crap. Like, what's going on? By smelling this dude's breath, he knew he had bowel cancer. Then he said he can cure it, but he's not going to. Well, and a crazy detail on this page is, if you look at the table, this dude, the Leader, got all the money. Are you surprised? The dude can basically tell the future by deducting probable outcomes. His hunches or gut feelings are usually correct. Like when he predicted that Hulk was going to come back to Earth and give everybody the 1-2 and a dry biscuit special. And guess what happened? The 1-2 and the dry biscuit special, baby. Here he simply predicted the Hulk's movements and the Hulk couldn't do jack. Then he freaking created a reverse Uno card machine. Every time Hulk was trying to hit him, he was like, reverse that, baby. Switch it up. This dude got a freaking spaceship. I know that was a rough transition, but come on, the Omnivac? This is Star Wars? This thing is the size of a freaking small city out here. And the dude has class? He's playing the piano? Drinking champagne with the legs crossed? Who is this guy? This thing can beam people up or down towards planets? Beam me up, Scotty, who? This thing got a device where he could track the Hulk no matter where he is on Earth. Stalker alert! And this dude is connected to the ship. It's like a hive mind. Oh, speaking of hive mind, did we speak about the humanoids? These things are literally a nightmare. I honestly believe that Hulk would rather fight an army of Chuck E. Cheese rats than a bunch of humanoids. These things are rubbery, they're strong, they reflect your hits back at you. Hulk freaking throws a metal piece of crap at them and they just throw it back. They can be microscopic size. From the human eye, it looks like freaking pink baby powders all over the floor. Then out of nowhere, they could just grow to regular size and freaking take over. They easily tank missiles. You literally have to nuclear bomb one of these things just to do something to it. They can get big and strong enough to just easily walk through mountains and even pin the Hulk to the ground. And bro, their teamwork? The freaking teamwork is looking like the Warriors out here. There's a freaking hole in the ship. They come together like a family reunion and just patch it up. Because they're basically made out of freaking bubblegum, they just fuse into one humongous humanoid. They have no problem with jumping somebody. Yo, the Avengers is like, yo, these dudes is wildin'. These things shot a beam at Doc Samson that turned him to Captain America before the super soldier serum. They can instant transmission. They can release gas that puts Hulk to night time. And because they're basically made out of Laffy Taffy, he just hugs the Hulk here and just suffocates him. And what makes all this 10 times worse is that this dude leader be throwing them out like Skittles. This freaking guy got a whole entire army in his pocket at all times. And he has no shame in it. I mean, they be putting in that work and he just be drinking his wine. And then walks off like he has better things to do. Like having telekinesis. Yeah, I mean, why not? Dude, Doc Samson opened the door and just got blasted. This dude is placing mental blocks in people's mind, then immediately, without hesitation, smacking the crap out of him. He mind pushes Grey Hulk through a freaking wall. This dude is freaking lifting up tanks, using his mind power to freaking pick up cars, easily mind controlling Rhino because he has a weak mind, able to freaking communicate with people like Professor Xavier. Even when they're not in the same room, cats could be freaking at Arby's and he start talking to you. He can also change his appearance because why not? So in conclusion, the dude is really the smartest. Nothing else makes sense except him being the smartest. His head is so big, he just became a telepath by default. He has telekinesis. He had access to the below place, which basically just means that he can never die. He can always resurrect himself. He can release gamma radiation. He has perfect memory, as he's able to recall every single event since his accident. He can predict outcomes with stunning accuracy. He's philosophical, he's a jerk, and even re-riches you some of his data to solve matters. And lastly, I don't like ending on a crazy note, but this guy was able to do spells that put out Ghost Rider's fire and he got eaten by a giant octopus.